Now I would like to request Honorable MLA Sri Arjun Basani to initiate this discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. I also rise to participate in the debate on the Governor's address. And at the outset, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the Governor for having addressed this August House. So, when we read this Governor's address, and especially when we come to the portion where a mention was made about the growth of the state. As a responsible citizen of the state, we would love to appreciate the government. We would love to be happy on the whatever reflected in the Governor's address. However, sir, as the member of the opposition party, it is our job, our duty to analyze the claims made by the government in this Governor's address. So, therefore, sir, I feel that we need to have a proper debate on the claims made by the government through this address. So when we are talking about growth, we need also to understand that the growth has to be distributed among all the stakeholders, including the citizens of the state. The government proudly speaks of tripling Meghalaya's economy by 2032. However, sir, tripling of GDP does not mean tripling people's income. We need to look at the per capita income of the state, and there are some pertinent questions that we need to raise before the government so that the government can come out clearly whether the growth is real or nominal. Has poverty reduced significantly? Has unemployment decreased? Will the income of our farmers triple? Will the wages of our daily laborers triple? Will the employment of our youth triple? These are the questions, sir, that the government needs to address. So when we come and analyze about the real and the nominal growth, we should also understand when we speak about growth, we also want to know whether the growth, inflation has been adjusted or not. How much is the inflation contribution to the growth? If inflation is high, much of the increase as stated in this address is illusionary. So, sir, Meghalaya has been to evaluate with the state of Tamil Nadu and claimed to be the second fastest growing state. So this, for the benefit of this August House, is due to the low base effect. Small states often show high growth due to low base. When the base is small, sir, even modest expansion in the expenditure appears extraordinary. So when we look at the per capita income among the northeastern states, Sikkim per capita income is the highest among northeastern states. Arunachal with 5,87,000 and Arunachal Pradesh with 2,46,800,000. Mizoram 2,34,900. Nagaland 1,54,800. Meghalaya, 1,57,100. Assam, 1,59,185. Manipur, 1,19,900. So Meghalaya is above only 2 other northeastern states as far as the per capita income is concerned. So, sir, therefore, I feel that as a state, we should not celebrate too early when it comes to the growth of the state. So, the real question is not whether growth exists or not. The real question is who is benefiting from the growth. If growth benefits few contractors only, consultants, and few urban centers, while rural areas are stagnating, sir, then development is uneven. So therefore, sir, until growth is visible in every village, until employment reaches every youth, until autonomy is strengthened, until fiscal discipline is ensured, we have to ensure that the qualification of the word growth is as per its spirit and letter. So, while I am standing here, I am reminded of the indomitable courage and conviction of our visionary leaders who stood before the Constituent Assembly without fear, demanding constitutional protection for our indigenous tribal communities. So after intense deliberation and prolonged debates, their persistence culminated in the inclusion of the 6th schedule in the Constitution of India. So I feel that we must also pay tribute to all the brave men and women who fought relentlessly for the statehood. The statehood was not granted as a favor. It was secured through sacrifice, struggle, and unwavering resolve. Many endured imprisonment, lathi charges, and untold hardships so that future generations could live with dignity and self-governance. However, sir, today, when we examine the direction in which this government, the present leadership, is steering Meghalaya, we must ask ourselves, are we remaining true to the vision of those who fought for statehood? Our leaders did not struggle for decades so that we could become spectators in our own land. They fought so that we can govern ourselves, protect our identity, safeguard our land, and secure our economic future. So, the vision was translated into law. Protective legislations such as the Trading by Non-Tribal Regulation Act 1959, Meghalaya Transfer of Land Regulation Act 1972, and Benami Transaction Act 1985 were not accidental, sir. They are deliberate safeguards, shields meant to protect tribal interests from exploitation and gradual erosion. But sir, today we see worrying shift. Policies and administrative decisions appear to be promoting doors for non-tribals' interests to increasingly dominate trade, acquire land, through indirect means and expand economic control within our state. Whether intentional or not, the effect is clear. The protective walls built by our forefathers are being weakened. So, development cannot be used as an excuse to dilute safeguards. Investment cannot come at the cost of our identity. Economic growth, sir, must empower indigenous communities, not reduce them to mere tenants in their own homeland. So, if mishandled, such policy directions will not only create economic imbalances, but also create social tension. History, sir, has shown us that whenever people feel that their land and livelihood are threatened, they always resort to agitation, and instability follows. So I would also like to mention that I have never seen a government in the past like this government, which is anti-local in its conduct and approach. I know that this government is going to deny, because it is a master of denial alliance, MDA. But the fact remains that almost all the big projects in the state are being executed by outsiders only. They are happy to bring people from outside the state. Departments are flooded with people from outside the state who just reap the benefits of hard works made by our local youths. Local youths are being given peanut salary, whereas these people coming from outside the state are paid handsomely by the government. So, as the saying goes, whatever we speak is the reflection of our inner thought, motivation, and condition of our hearts. Therefore, when the leadership in the government said that non-tribal can also contest MDC election, it reflects the inner thought that they have least concern for the tribal people. Do they really know what will be the implication? As has been rightly said by the honorable member from Dadingiri, I was in Garo Hills, so I know the situation in Garo Hills and the present situation in Garo Hills. Garo Hills is still in a volatile situation, sir. So such irresponsible and careless statement from the leadership and those people in power further provoke the feelings of the people in the region, and the situation might spin out of control. We will never forget that tribal people were beaten under the instruction of the non-tribal during the public hearing in East Giant Hills district in 2023, during the public hearing for expansion of Topsem cement plant at YJR village in East Giant Hills district. Non-tribals are getting more emboldened in these days. And what happened recently in Garo Hills, where one activist was murdered? I went to that family. I want to know exactly the root cause and what exactly led to the killing of late Dalsing Sangma. You see, sir, I was deeply pained to see the economic condition of that family. I went to sympathize with the family. And I asked the father and the mother and the wife of late Dalsing, what do you want me to do? They simply told me, we just want to get rid of these two people, namely Sobojol Hope and Akrul Hussain, respectively, who have been harassing them. I also came to know that the killing of late Dilsing was not a coincidence only, but has a story behind it. I was told by the father of the deceased that they are not safe unless these two people are brought to justice, sir. To my surprise, sir, I was informed that the sister of late Dilsing was kidnapped and remained under the captivity of those kidnappers for more than almost 2 months. They could not get assistance from the police. The police could not trace them. So ultimately they have to write to one organization requesting for the rescue of that girl. So the brother, under his leadership, he organized 50 youths, I would say brave youths, to go deep inside those non-tribal areas and rescue the girl. So we understand that the reason behind the killing of this fellow, late Dilsing, was a revenge by those kidnappers because he managed to rescue his own sister from their captivity. And they even threatened that they will not leave his other brothers as well. So therefore, sir, through you, I would strongly urge the government to hunt these two people down till they are brought to justice, sir. So, sir, another issue that I would like to raise here is about the new and peculiar practice which is deviated from the normal practice and break all the norms and democratic principle. The people of the state have witnessed the strange behavior of the government towards the members of the opposition party. The government is creating a backdoor channel to reach out to the constituencies represented by members belonging to the opposition party. A case in point is a recent incident where a headman of one locality at Maulai, who openly challenged the MLA, despite being the government employee, because he feels that he has a close connection with those who are in power. So, sir, the government is finding ways how to reach to the constituencies represented by the opposition members, encouraging people to bypass the duly elected and constitutionally elected member of this August House. So, this is nothing but a sheer attempt to humiliate the duly elected member of the Legislative Assembly by this backdoor entrance, sir. Sir, let me remind this August House that do whatever you want to do to discredit us who are genuinely elected by the people through fair means. You may think also whatever you want to think against us. The kind of pressure that this government is giving to the opposition members made us to see many were jumping ship, thereby openly violated the anti-defection law. Let me tell you very clearly, sir. MLAs of the Voice of the People Party will never bow down before this government. We strongly believe that every dog has his day, and that day is not far away, where we will be in the other side of the house to rule the state. So there are some government officials too, who openly behave in an improper manner because they feel that they are very much in good terms with those who are in the government. The worst part is that this government is encouraging rejected MLA candidates to propose scheme. Now we are going to have dual MLAs in the constituency represented by the members of the opposition. Sir, what the government is doing only reflects their poor mentality. It doesn't affect us at all. And to be honest with you, let me tell the government that the action of the government indeed benefits us politically and electorally. This kind of behavior is never seen before, and it was never a culture or practice of the tribal people, and it is a pretty foreign to us. This government is working like a political party, where the chief minister is working as the president of the party rather than the head of the state. So I would also like to come to another issue, that is the environment and natural resource governance. As we all know, Meghalaya is one of the most ecological sensitive states in the country. Our forests, rivers, and hills are not just scenery, sir. They are our economy, our survival. Meghalaya has long been known for its rich biodiversity and forest cover. However, recent reports indicate a worrying decline in forests. According to India's State of Forest Report ISFR 2023, the latest, Meghalaya lost over 84 square kilometers of forest cover between 2021 and 2023, when this government claimed to have brought many projects. So they are overlooking the issue which is very important for human beings, that is the environmental issue, sir. And this is one of the highest losses among northeastern states. This has been reported in India Today Northeast on December 23, 2024. So, therefore, sir, if forest cover declines, if aquifers dry up, if soil erosion increases, the cost will not be paid by companies. It will be paid by villagers, farmers, and future generation of the state. Further, sir, when forests disappear, rainfall patterns change. When rivers are polluted, livelihood collapses. When hills are destabilized, disaster follows. So therefore, sir, I feel that governmental governance must move from reactive ban to proactive regulation. Sir, I would also like to state very clearly in this House to dispel the misunderstanding of the people outside the state, outside this House, sir, because there has been an attempt to suggest that the Voice of the People Party is against mining. We are not against mining. We are against the illegal mining that is going on in the state. Therefore, we feel that the government should initiate steps to ensure that scientific mining with strict monitoring, community-based forest protection, and transparent environmental clearances. So, I would like to come to another issue, and that is the border issue. The border issue with Assam remains a sensitive and emotional matter for our people. While the government claimed that some areas of differences have been resolved through agreement, yet this was done without taking the people, the local people of those areas into confidence. We still witness tensions in our border areas, like Mukro, Maikuli, Sierra Extra, which remind us how fragile peace can be. So, dialogue must not compromise territorial dignity. So therefore, sir, I feel that the governor's address should also provide clear timelines for resolution, stronger security for assurance for border villages, spatial development packages for affected communities, because peace in the border area must never mean compromise of dignity. Peace must not come at the cost of rightful territorial claims. So when it comes to governance, accountability, and preventable failures, whether it is mining-related tragedies, environmental violations, or administrative lapses, if a mishap is preventable, then accountability must follow, sir. Governance is not measured by announcement alone. It is measured by enforcement. It is measured by transparency. And it is measured by how we prevent crises before they happen. So with these few words, sir, I resume my seat.